The RBC says strong Canadian dollars weighing on margins from US business, but offset from the impact on expenses. It's coming from a conference call.
So this is the sorry, this is probably the first time I'm doing this here, so I need to kind of get used to all this. Okay, let's just put that here. Here's the context. Gold's on a tear down, really crazy move down there. NQ is also making new lows. All right, let's see. So NQ made a new low. ES is range bound. I think next week. Flush, flush, flush. There you go. Nope, not gonna flush. Anyway, if it flushes now, it's gonna move lower fast. It should do that area. That was good. So one little trade there. That worked pretty well.
ECB Schnabel's full speech is now out on the Financial Newsfeed if you want to have a read.
So that's the price squawk. Oh, no, sorry, the news squawk talking. Okay, so let's just put that here for now. Yeah, when it's new like this, you have to play around with certain things just because.
Following the Russia's Gazprom headlines, we are just seeing some upwards movement on WTI crude.
Okay, so we got a nice little short on NASDAQ.
ECB Schnabel says the ECB is analysing the side effects of unconventional policy.
Range bound here on ES. Let's see here. Let me see if I could get a better clue of what's going on. Yeah, so we just got through the overnight high on ES and kind of stuck there. So 59, 30 points. I think we've got a nice little inflection point here. Just gonna write it down. Oops, that's not writing. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. So I did a nice little new setup with the recording here. Hopefully this should make it a bit clearer sometimes. I won't be able to do this every day, but we'll try. So what I have at the top here, if you guys see, um, I have the 15-second volume all the way at the top above the domes where you have 189, 208, then I have 260, 315, 317, 318. Those are the pace of the market for me. I just have that through my Sierra charts, 15-second charts. And then we've got Euro here, YM, Russell. That's YM Russell, Euro. The ES 15-second chart just behind my dome. If I need to verify stuff, I like to see it there. It's kind of hidden. the tape. We've got some blocks on ES here, and then the regular tape of ES. This is NASDAQ. Same thing here. 15-second chart on NASDAQ. The dome. I have Mr. ZN and what's it called here? ZF. Both are the bonds. And let's see if this moves around a bit. I just like to put the bonds like this so that I see both of them, the lows and the highs. And let's see what NASDAQ's doing here. Yeah, it is fairly different to talk and trade at the same time, but I guess I'm gonna try to get used to it. Yeah, it looks weak. The NASDAQ does look weak. Let's see. Oh, we got a nice sweep there. 690, 660. Some blocks. Nope, those blocks got absorbed. Did you see that? Oh, well, we've got a nice lower range here. Okay, so let's look at that. 673. I think we need to be a seller in this market. What do you guys think? Yeah, I was about to sell there. Let's see. Okay, let this squeeze go through. Okay, 673. Short. All right, so if you can't get filled, that's how the market's telling you to go on the same direction. I'm gonna see if I could, yeah. So those blocks came in and nothing. I want to be a seller here. Get that out of the way. Oops. Yeah, it's seller's market here, guys. We've got tremendous momentum here. Okay. We've got some shorts on here. Has to move. Has to move down. Yeah, it wants to move down for sure. Looks like it really does want to move down. Yeah, here we are. Here we are. Come on. Do it. Flush, flush, flush. There you go. Flush. 1, 2, 3. Go, go. There you go. Beautiful. All right. So that was. I have 2 contracts left. I can move that. Get out of there. Beautiful. Let's just put that one there for now. Just think that it has more juice to go down here. Yeah, look at that, and ready to. Okay, I'm out. There we go. Yeah, I got out because there was like a quick flush that just got bought, that got absorbed, so I didn't want to let the market come back to me too quickly. So that's how we scalp Nasdaq. Yeah, I'm on 2 trades here so far. Looked pretty good. Let's go see what's going on. Yeah, I'm really getting used to this because it's not really the same way I would have my setup here. So let's just give it a try here. Yeah, I don't like the way this tape is on. Yes, I might have to play around with that here. Let me see. I don't know what I did. Significant. Maybe it's this here. I have. Okay, so this is basically. I'm just gonna see here. Okay, so I had last 4 digits. I should put at least, what is it, 8 or 10? I don't know. Let me see here. Okay, so maybe let's put 8 for now. And then the spacing is not ideal. Let's see. Okay, so what happened to my news squawk here? This thing's not talking. Just shut off or something. Okay, let's see. Anyway, that's here. Here's our news squawk. It's still there, so double checking that we don't have any news coming up. Who is this guy? Schnibble? I don't know. Okay, I guess it's the ECB. Pending home sales. Alright, so we've got some news at 10. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Okay, let's just put that aside for now. Okay. What's this tape doing, man? Okay, so the spacing might be a bit too off. Anyway, I might have to arrange that. Let's see how I could get that to work after. Keep it like that for now. So what do we have? 2 trades on. Okay, so let's see the first 15 minutes here. Here's our footprint. Any kind of information that this would give us here. Let's see. Yeah, especially on ES, nothing really. But I think it's mostly a seller's market, even if it's a bit range bound. If you look at it, it looks like it wants to kind of. So this here is the deltas. Every time it makes a new high, it makes a new low, and this is the deltas from the lows. It's just a quick way to see what's going on in the market for context. Okay, so we're getting some absorption here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it definitely looks like I should not even look to buy this for sure. Yeah. Okay, so basically we failed to make a new high above the overnight high. So every time Nasdaq has made a new low, it kind of got bought back. So it's been really weird. But look, Euro's really on a tear here. I think that the ECB news is kind of affecting it, and I think that could also have an impact on these markets. So let's try to not jump the gun, but it really looks like I don't want to really be selling this, but really weird. We've got a nice move up here on Nasdaq that occurred a bit earlier. So this is the PNF chart that I just look at for rotations. Oh, so that's ES. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to look at. So where's my Nasdaq PNF? Here he is. So that's Nasdaq. Pretty weak, honestly. I'm gonna have to just put that here for now. Let's just put it like that. Hope that's not giving any issues with the recording. Put that here for now. Yep, looks good. No, actually, might have to move that around a bit. I think I have to put this a bit more here, right? You guys can't see it. Here, like that. Alright, so that's the PNF chart. Yeah, and what did I do with my bonds here? Alright, so let's just go back to the bonds. The bonds at their lows here. What's Euro doing? Jumping off its lows as well. There's a nice decent move here on NASDAQ. We've got some blocks coming in. Alright, so the blocks are on ES, sorry.
At 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US pending home sales change month over month. Forecast 0.5%, previous 1.9%. US pending homes index, previous 111.3%.
So a nice move here in NASDAQ. I think yeah, let me see here. I need to arrange this footprint chart. It's annoying me. Anyway, let's just put it like that for now. It's pretty annoying, honestly. If I was to get the tape a bit smaller here, maybe, I don't know. The spacing is losing a lot of space with the tape, honestly. If I put it like this, something like that, let's say. Now the bonds, although I'd like to see them like this, I just find that they're taking too much space. What do you guys think? Anyway, let's just keep it like that. Or maybe I don't really need all this price exact there on the bond, so I can maybe move it around a bit. Let's put it like that. A bit of okay. What does this look like here? If I just play around with this a bit. I think this here would be good. That like that. This way I know this is the
Fine, just
YM.
speaking now, saying the time of low interest rates are good for infrastructure investment. Fine is to ask if the US wants to keep giving breaks to CEOs and corporations.
Hmm. Do it like that. Well, now looks better. Okay, so here's our market context analysis quickly. Let's see what the bonds are doing. Sorry, what's gold doing here? There we go. Okay, that's good. But the Russell's been acting really weird recently. Look at how it flushed all the way down, came back up. The other markets are totally doing opposite stuff. Really weird. We're back to the 73, eh? That same 73 has been really giving us, especially on the Nasdaq here.
At 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US pending home sales change month over month. Forecast 0.5%, previous 1.9%. US pending homes index, previous 111.3%.
So far, we've got two small shorts this morning. Yeah. So that's a 9:30 open. Moving around the charts so that it's better to see. So that's the two trades so far. Yeah, I'm kind of like hesitating to take trades, I think. It's because it's a bit, when your setup is a bit new and I'm just like kind of observing and reviewing what I've got here because I've got three screens and on the right hand side I have my market profile like this. So I've got the main screen here with the PNF chart from Nasdaq and the footprint, 15-minute footprint on ES. So you guys have that. We've got the bonds, Nasdaq, the tape. Just looking at the ranges, we've got actually good momentum, it's good volatility this morning, eh? I mean, it's not extreme, but I mean, extreme. You don't want super extreme volatility too, but it's good to see, and I think the news with the ECB's kind of helped. The pace of the market is pretty good. Yeah, Nasdaq is trading, fairly, what is it, over 300 2 to 300 per 15 seconds, which is good. ES has got also pretty good pace.
Also worth noting at 10 o'clock, U.S. Senate Republican leader McConnell will be speaking at CNBC. He will be speaking on infrastructure.
Yeah, so there's some news, or yeah, we're waiting for some news here quickly. So let's see how that goes. Let me just hide the bonds for now. That should be in 2 minutes, I think.
One minute remaining. I'll be reading the U.S. pending home sales change month over month first. Ten seconds. Minus 4.4%, minus 4.4%. That's lower than the forecast of 0.5%. US pending homes index 106.2. 106.2.
Let's see how that affects the market. Right. So ES is about to make new lows anyway, so I don't think it really did anything there. Yeah, Nasdaq is really stuck in this range here. Yeah, it looks like ES wants to make a new low here, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. New low is made. So I think it's just gonna go and fill that, how you call it, the gap. I think it's gonna go for a gap fill. Gap fill, and then Nasdaq is weak, man. It's really weak here. But that 13,645 is pretty important area here in Nasdaq, and it's been bouncing off of it already twice. So high odds we're gonna get some momentum off of that. Let me just see what happened yesterday in Nasdaq. Yeah, so Nasdaq yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how Nasdaq came off that 13. What is it? The exact area there, 13,700, has been giving huge resistance. There we go. I think I moved the stop too quickly there. Got out. There we go. That was a nice little trade. Yeah, so we've got 3 for 3 today. How does that feel? That feels good, doesn't it? It's been almost like every rally it's done has most likely been sold in NASDAQ. ES is very structured. It's been really doing its thing. Yeah, this battle here at 4204 has created some kind of a bearish tone to this here, but yeah, I think we've got pretty good pretty clear rotations on NASDAQ here. Yeah, I mean, although the ranges are good, it just looks like ES has been really there's a lot of absorption going on, which is like if you were to get into a trade here, let's say, okay, and now we've got NASDAQ that just flushed through here. Anyway, let me just see what we could do with ES here. So, just gonna try to see like, yeah, you see there was absorption there, and then we ticked down, and then we're getting through the bids, and then wow, did you see that? How we just got a nice little move up that was pretty fast there. Trying to arrange this thing is really annoying me. Okay, so let's just try it this way. For now, if I just do it like that, how does that look? Yeah, let's just put it like that for now. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play around with this here a bit. I think I'm gonna go sell this. Yeah. Okay. Calm down, baby. Calm down. Do it. Okay. One. If it retouches 4-3, I'm out. Yeah, I don't like it. So that was a fairly small scalp
McConnell
on
says we
ES.
engaged with the administration on the infrastructure deal.
It's moving up on low volume there. So, okay, let's see here. That's strange.
U.S. Chamber urges continued bipartisan infrastructure talks.
Strange. My ES Dome just stopped working, so I don't know what's going on.
McConnell says Republicans want a traditional infrastructure bill paid for with money already sent to states and localities.
See the guy absorbed there. Let's just see if I can get some kind of buying here. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. There's a nice bid here in the market here. I can see it. I can feel it. Come on. Oh, maybe not. Might have to build. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Get it through. All right. So nope. We've got a battle here at the 0525. You know what? Just gonna risk a bit here. Let the market do its thing. Worst case, we're gonna lose 37 bucks. We've got a couple of good trades anyway, so let's see if we can get a move here. Yeah, there we go. It definitely looks like the bulls have. You see the refreshing order at the 05. So if we start trading one or two ticks below 0550 here, I'm gonna bail out here. That guy's refreshing, so 0550 is our spot here. Okay, maybe we need to get out. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see. Okay, so buyers are back. Let's just refresh. Here we go. All right, so we've got some buying here in the market. It doesn't really look like it on the tape, but yeah, this guy's refreshing here at 0550. If we get through this guy, it's gonna squeeze really high. I could easily see this squeezing higher. All right, huge battle there. One tick, ticking. Don't like it. Get out. Don't turn this into a losing trade, right?
McConnell asked if Republican infrastructure offer released Thursday is the final offer. Says no, we are open to more talks.
Getting out.
McConnell says Republicans are open to more spending for infrastructure bill.
Yeah, you see, like every time I talk to a trader, he goes, "Yeah, well, sometimes it takes, my risk was 37. I could have been a bit more patient there, but honestly, you know, I'd rather take 25 bucks gain than lose 37." Whatever, it's how it is, right? And now it's stuck. You see how there's been a big battle there at the 525.50 area where, that was pretty much the battle. So I mean, me seeing that battle, I don't know who's going to win, right? So I'd rather just either quickly take the profit or scratch out. I don't really call that as gain, right? It's a scratch. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Oh, we've got 4 or 5 trades today, which is okay. All right.
McConnell says the latest GOP infrastructure offer is not the final one.
Yeah. So uh, let's just see what's going on here. So basically, what we did so far is 5 little scalps. I mean, 5 trades. Okay, it's not. Again, I don't need to make thousands per day. To at the same time, having stuff to do, family, kids, and all that. Really, I firmly believe the first hour is like the best time to trade. Get in, get out, get your 5, 10, 15 trades, whatever, and get on with your day. Yeah, so what I generally do is I record the whole day, and then if I need to review anything, I could go back to the recording and look at that, right? So that's it. Pretty structured way in ES today. I mean,
Schumer says he hopes Senate finishes the China bill today.
the footprint has been very clear, to be honest. So we've got a new 15-minute candle that's started here. Let's see how the market trades. So I guess that 05 was that inflection point that I was seeing very clearly. A lot of absorption occurred there. So we're most likely just rotating between this nice little curved bell curve. Is that it? Yeah, bell curve. So for the people who say that you can't scalp these markets, as you can see, I had one trade that had 15, or what is it, 12 seconds of, 12 seconds. Spent only 12 seconds on it. I didn't like the movement. Like, I got out. That one, I gave it a bit more time. The NQ was pretty clear. This one was very fast. It just swiftly moved down. So, look, uh, I mean, if you're going to trade off, what do you call it, candlesticks and stuff like that, I understand. It's just that, look, here's a 15-second chart, right, of the Russell. Uh, this is like, oops, sorry. This is like the only way to really understand what the market is doing in the microstructure. Other than that, you really need a dome to be able to give you, you know, fast markets like the Russell and the NQ is, like I said, it's a bit more trickier, but I mean, it's, as you can see, it's very tradable. Just gotta know what the optimal conditions are. If it's doing 20 points moves within 10 seconds, look, as a human being, you can't trade that, right? So I'm gonna try to at least do an hour here, record the session, and then I'll generally record the whole day after and try to put it on YouTube for you guys to be able to see the full day session after. Well, it'll be the session after, let's say 10:30 a.m. Eastern. My God, Nasdaq is at its highs right now. Like, what the hell? Really unbelievable.
Biden administration official says Republican counter proposal on infrastructure is being considered seriously.
Mm. Russell, and that's gold. Let's see what gold's doing here. Gold is, yeah, I kind of stopped trading it a bit last couple of weeks. I've been focused mostly on the Nasdaq and ES here, but I think gold was a nice play today, honestly. Anytime fundamental economic news is out, the day before or the day after is always a bit fun to trade gold. Okay, so that's gonna put that there for now.
At 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, with the US EIA natural gas change BCF forecast 106 billion, previous 71 billion.
Yeah, so the ranges have kind of gone back to normal conditions here. Fairly low. So that's the opening range in NASDAQ. Here is the opening range in ES. Okay, so there's this guy That just scared everyone out here at 05. Let's see.
At 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US EIA natural gas change BCF forecast 106 billion, previous 71 billion.
Did he say 10:30? Yeah, he did. He said 10:30. Yeah. So that's once again. Yeah, here we are. So 20 points. Okay. Let's see if we can get any kind of another trade in here. So I think I figured out what the issue was on this tape here. Looks better now. So what do we have? We've got these charts are a bit annoying here. Let's see. I think everyone's waiting for this oil inventory here, the news. It's actually natural gas inventory, something like that, yeah. Alright, look at that. It's gonna reset all this for 2 seconds. Okay. Mm.
1 minute remaining.
So you guys are watching the stream. Yeah, I'm actually just testing this. It's because it's pretty new for me.
Ten seconds.
So that's the financial juice squawk talking. Just gonna see how this.
115 billion, 115 billion. That's to build on the forecast of 106 billion.
Okay. So we got a couple of trades this morning. Yeah, look at Nasdaq. Wow. The buddy got into turbo mode here.
The US EIA natural gas storage full report is on the Financial Juice newsfeed if you would like to have a read.
So these are the 5 trades I took this morning. Basically did the stream for an hour approximately. Let's just clear all this. Here's the market context. So yes, range bound, very clear how it didn't really do much above the overnight high. And then Nasdaq totally did a reversal here. So I'm just going to move around a bit. Yeah. So it basically went all the way down to this 645, which we've been identifying for the last couple of days. And Russell, like it's just on its own planet today. Well, it's been on its own planet for a couple of days now. So, and gold is back into range. So now NQ is just doing an initial balance breakout here. Yeah, ES is back in. It's still in the range. So you see that like when this is in a range and this one's doing is close to its extremes, it's like it's not that it can't be traded, but you know you really need to be able to. This one's leading, right? So it's since it's leading, you don't want to really trade it. Generally, you don't want to trade the leading market, but I like to trade the Nasdaq. Anyway, I did 5 trades with maybe what three shorts on Nasdaq, 1 short on ES, and 1 buy. Yeah, ES has been like really in this mode where you really need to filter out where you're gonna buy. So like for example, in this case here, we've got like a 12 tick range. With the only thing I would do is like only trade like 4 to 5 ticks. So if we're here, you want to put your order to buy approximately here, let's say. But then if you put it here, you would be like too close in the middle of this whole thing. So it's tough to trade these kind of days
McConnell
if,
also just saying he wants to finish the important China bill.
yeah. So like for instance, the only area I would really want to trade is here, right? At this level here. We've got a nice little. Okay, let's just put that a bit like that. So let's see if we get anything that tells us to. Yeah, I don't want to be chasing it, but Nasdaq is really strong here. So the best thing to do with Nasdaq would be to have what is that? It's like a almost like a we're around 14ish, 13ish. So you would only want to buy, let's say, the eights, maybe something like that. Let's see if we can get something going on the ES here. It's tough because it just feels like we've basically rejected the edge here, and hope we might be coming back into the range here. So let's see. just gonna wait. Yeah, I was gonna just trade mostly the first hour here and then do the recording of the rest of the day because I have other stuff to do with the at home. Yeah, I won't be trading much later on. So, mm, mm, let's see. You see, the issue is most traders want to always trade like like now like it wouldn't be a bad thing to try to scalp this rate, but the issue is that Nasdaq is in this what I define as a small range for me, and when it's in a small range like this, we're at 14, as you can see very clearly. This 13.714 has been a nice little inflection point here. Like this range is defining maybe what is it? If we're here, I should only be buying approximately
Germany's
here,
finance
right?
minister Mars says gas transit
Uh,
sanctions could be mid to long-term measures.
yeah, so you need to be very nimble since the range is pretty tight. And if we get any kind of volatility expansion, most likely it's going to be to the upside anyway. But you know, I I don't want to get caught in this. I'd rather have a range that's around 40 points, let's say, where I could easily let the market come to me if we've got the inflection point here, then we would be waiting to be like some kind of an exhaustion move in this area, right? So in this tight range that we have, you know, I could go and put my order here and wait for the market to come to me, but let's see how it moves. Yeah, now it's moving slowly down, so yeah, I think we're really caught in this little range where there's a lot of absorption going on, so that we could clearly see on our PNF charts. Okay, so that's not so faster markets, as I always say, you need to be able to. It's crazy how this 14 has been absorbing crazy on Nasdaq. So that's why I jotted it down here. And now we've got, if we look at ES, honestly, ES has been super structured today. If you look at the footprint, like not even one unfinished business. Like really, it's been pretty clear in how it's been trading. Again, we flushed through how what 2 points only below that 14. So that's clearly defining how this thing does not want to go down. Like for me, for instance, the only time I would really look to short is if we get anything below 714. Like in this area here, you don't even want to look to short because it just feels like the market's still discovering higher prices for Nasdaq. So no need to look. I mean, like I get a lot of traders who ask like, oh, I think this 720 or whatever. Let's say we've got it. For instance, 13720 would be a resistance, and oh, go ahead. That's a good area to short. Well, look, yeah, it was a great area to short, but in if you're looking at these conditions that we've got in the last 5 minutes here, there's nothing telling me to short. And every time we got 2 or 3 points below 14, it's been absorbed on Nasdaq. So very clear how they're defining a nice range for them. The market makers are making this pretty clear here today. Okay, maybe another 20 minutes for this to. Holy shit! Did I just get into a trade by error? Oh, let me just get out. Sorry, I think I hit the. Oh, that was crazy. Yeah, I was playing around and I hit the buy button there. We made $5 on that trade. Woohoo! Yeah, now we got some pressure below the 14s, so they absorbed a lot here. If you look at how they did that on that bar took, I mean that rotation took basically 12 minutes to. So very clear how we've got a nice little area that got absorbed here on Nasdaq. So if we go back, that one's looking good. That one's still looking good. So I'm just going to erase this one here. I don't know where that comes from. So let's see how the market trades at the 99s, the 79s. That's kind of like little inflection points to see how the market would react. But then again, it's mostly also, I just screwed up the, are we able to see it now? Nope, nope. Let me just get that arranged here. Yeah, that's a pretty decent move there. I'm just gonna see if I can. Well, what is it doing here? Automatic. There we go. That should fix it. Anyway, yeah. So we're back above the 714. So the kind of stuff I look for is like, that's where they absorbed. How far did they go? Okay, they got to 04. So I mean, for the traders who know what I'm talking about, we're getting to 04 means we've got a very clear rotation that's defined within several number of points. And I keep moving around this bond dome, which I just like to keep it like that. Here we are, and we've got some decent buying. ES at the highs. Yeah, this streaming thing kind of slows down the computer, doesn't it? At least it hasn't really affected anything with my domes or the tape here. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I wouldn't. I wasn't looking to short at all. I mean, the way it was moving, because it wasn't really confirming anything on the short side. And look how ES gave in with some blocks there. It's just like very clear how Nasdaq had made a new high, came back, so they kind of absorbed a bit of the that nice move up, and then I mean just because it moved up like that, I wouldn't just look to short basically. So I know that Nasdaq making a new high, ES had not made a new high yet, so that was a good like correlation wise. You could have looked to buy ES for a run to the highs, as it was very clear that Nasdaq didn't have the real selling that you know didn't really have any selling on the tape. So that 714 has really become a huge spot. Honestly, I don't know if you guys are noticing it on the dome. It's so clear. Like every time we get below it, they absorb and then move it higher. So it's been clear on the tape. It's been clear on the dome. Yeah, so like I said, this is really just a test stream that I did, and at the same time, if I do this, it's just basically for recording purposes too. This way I can just record it directly to YouTube after, and if I need to do any kind of review with anyone, it's easier to do it this way. Yeah. Where is... I'm gonna try to do this for until 11 a.m. and then I think I'm gonna, yeah, like now, you know, if you were to trade this now, the only way you would trade this is what we've got, like a 8 tick range here in ES, so I would only want to buy like every 2 ticks. So that's, it's small stuff, right? You would buy here and then sell 2 ticks higher or whatever, but yeah, they're anyway, that area, if that previous trade I took, I should have maybe been a bit more patient with it, because it could have been at least a 5 point runner, easily. But it's patience, man. The way I trade, if I buy this now in these conditions, it's only two or three tick scalps that you could do, unless you get like a I would say like an 8 to 10 tick move, which would be 4, 8. Let's say here, you want to at least see the market come back to this area, and then that would be like a short-term exhaustion kind of thing, and then see what happens. But like here now, go ahead, take a trade right now. You see how at that 409.25 we had some absorption there, and then this guy's refreshing his orders, and like you see a 1 or 2 tick back tick and then comes back. I mean, look, I mean, for me at the moment, I can't look to short this, right? At the highs, Nasdaq also followed, and then yeah, we're trading a bit lower than that 714 now on Nasdaq. So let's see how this plays. Some weakness. Yeah. So what is it? 20. It's tough, isn't it? It's like a 20 point range. So that's the thing. Like you really need to be able to trade at least the first hour, because after the first hour, there's a lot of absorption, especially if they start breaking the initial balance highs and lows and all that. And we're going into summer times trading, so it's gonna be a bit different environment than usual, and you want to get the business done as soon as possible, right? I'm most likely not gonna continue after 11 a.m. here, so there's like 10 minutes left. So I'm seeing some weakness here in NQ below that 714. But ES is just, look, this is...
So just as a reminder for you, in 10 minutes time at 11 a.m. Eastern time, we do have the release of the Kansas Fed Composite Index. Forecast is 30, prior read being 31. We also have the Kansas Fed Manufacturing with a prior read of 40.
Was I right about that 714? There we go. So what happened here? Like, is there news that I missed? So now, he said 11 a.m., right? Just don't want to trade into it, but there's 10 minutes left, so let's see. Alright, so yeah, we're below the 699, so that was a decent move down, and now we've got decent volatility. What the hell? What happened here? Okay, so that ECB guy, did he stop talking or crazy stuff here? Okay, is my connection still good? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, my thing got disconnected for 2 seconds, and it screwed up all the volume
Biden's
profiles
budget
here.
is said to assume that capital gains tax increase started in late April.
They're back to the capital tax gains issue. Oh my god. Yeah, so I got disconnected for some reason here, and I think this slowed down a bit my... Anyway, this looks pretty cool now. Wow, the market just made a new low with that news. Capital tax. Oh yeah, well, it hit the low basically. Capital tax. What is it? Capital gains tax issue again. Look at that. Yeah, he really has to stop talking about that because the market doesn't like it. Yeah, so what happened here? Let's look at it. Look at that. 20, what is that? 20, 35. Ooh, that's a pretty decent range there. Alright, so yeah, that just changed the tone of the market quickly, didn't it? Screwed up my volume profile too, but what do you want? Yeah, 684. So it's been really 84. Talk about volatility, eh? Yeah, sellers are really hitting the bids a bit more. Look at that. That guy just... Oh yeah, let's see the 0475. They pulled the... Oh, they're pulling it. It looks like... Looks weak here. Okay, so we're stuck. It's only backticking one here, so that's not... Got the tape. That's... Okay, the Nasdaq's back on a tear here. Back to the 13,684. I'm just gonna jot this down here. 19684.
So just as another reminder for you, in 5 minutes time at 11 a.m. Eastern time, we do have the release of the Kansas Fed Composite Index forecast for 30 with a prior read of 31. We also have the Kansas Fed Manufacturing prior read being 40.
Yeah, so the news really did affect the market quickly there, eh? Thing is, my squawk wasn't even fast enough to mention anything. So we've got an unfinished business at the lows here on ES. If we look at it there, we had, where are we? We're at 05, so that same area. It's been crazy how that 05 has been a battle all day so far in the ES. I'm going to take a short here. If it's going to be here, it's got to be here, right? It just doesn't look like the best timing. Let's see. 02. Yeah, now, I mean, we're not really doing any backticking here, so. I'm going to take a short here. I'm going to be a bit aggressive. Let's just, this guy was refreshing, so again, we got through him very quickly. Let's just see if we can get any kind of a trade here. It doesn't look really good. Maybe, let's see. If we can get through this guy, I'd say we've got a nice trade, but let's see. Here we are. Okay, move it
Binance
around.
says capital gain
Come
tax
on.
hike plan is to curb the ability to avoid
Go.
it.
Talk about the capital gains, fuck. Just do it. Nice trade here. Alright. I'm gonna bail out if I get another uptick here. I'm out. Okay, so how many did I short here? Fuck. Okay, I shorted 2. Sorry. Done. Nice trade, eh? That was a good timing with Biden there. Continue talking about the capital gains. It's gonna help us. We need some volatility in these markets, man. We can't be trading in 4 to 6 tick ranges all day long. No. Anyway, I did a good time. I mean, I timed that pretty well to get out. So, yeah, that was a nice trade. Yeah. So that trade gave us, yeah, I shorted 2 there, so that worked out. 150 bucks, whatever. But the entry was pretty much really perfect on that one, wasn't it? Let me just do this here for now. Yeah, so I think this capital gains stuff is really going to bring some volatility into the markets here today. I don't know if he's talking or where he's talking or where he's mentioning all this, but it's weird because I wasn't even aware that Biden was talking. Why is that? I wonder why this financial juice guy didn't really give me a heads up. Anyway, then at least we were in long, right? Good thing we didn't take any longs in that um, into that news basically. Yeah, so
1 minute remaining for the release of the Kansas Fed data. Ten seconds. We are still waiting for the release of the Kansas data. While we're waiting on the Kansas Fed composite and manufacturing data, we are seeing U.S. Treasury Secretary Yellen saying that the Treasury's budget proposal would give Internal Revenue Services $13.2 billion in $13.2 billion in fiscal 2022 discretionary appropriations. That's coming from a House testimony. So we're still not seeing any data from the Kansas Fed and the composite index and the manufacturing. We'll keep you posted when that comes out.
Some delay in the news there. Okay.
So we're seeing the Kansas Fed composite index coming out now at 26. That is 26, lower than the forecast of 30.
Anyone asking what these guys do at the Kansas City stuff there? I don't really care.
So the Kansas Fed manufacturing coming out now at Kansas Fed manufacturing coming out at 32. 32.
That didn't really affect the market, did it? Anyway, that's Biden. Biden has to talk about the capital gains, man. That was cool. That was a nice flush down there. So I took what 7 trades today. Okay, well one was by error there. I hit the buy button there by error. So here is the trades of the day. All green, no losses. Took the one ES trade. I could have maybe held on to that one, but anyway, it's fairly good day. Nothing really risky. So enjoy your day, everyone. It was fun to do this today. It was my first little test, let's say. So if I do more in the future, I will send you guys the links, and I guess I just have to get used to it because it's not something I do every day. So I might have to do some trials. All right, so enjoy your day. So that's the market context. So far, 11 a.m., 27th of May, 2021. Here we are. Enjoy your day.